Howdy, howdy, Pseudo here, and just going to come at you for a quick video to go over some of the stealth changes I've found to the Dawi. They're all buffs. I haven't found any stealth and nerfs yet. Usually there's what's in the notes, the patch notes, and sometimes they might be incorrect slightly, and sometimes some changes do not get recorded. So, for example, the first one, your base lord as advertised is now at a base gold of 900, but his charge bonus has been increased to 30. That's actually the same as the Thane. The Thane's charge bonus is now 30 as well, and he's sort of down to his 500. Now for the Lord, I think his Star Metal plate was always 240, but I think his Iron Warden's hammer used to be just over 200. Now it's 164. Maybe it's always been 164, and that's how little I thought of it. But that looks like that's been a stealth buff as well. The cost has changed in that. Now for the Belagar Iron Hammer as advertised, he is now at 1,000 gold, looking great. Nothing strange on him. Grombrindle, same thing. Nothing too much has changed except he's down 100 gold, which looks good. As far as the Rune Lord, yep, the Rune Lord is definitely down to your 850 gold, and he has lost some melee defense. It used to be 45. His charge bonus is still 16, and the Master Rune Wrath and Rune is 38 seconds at 200 meters, minus 72% charge and charge speed and speed. And I don't know if this has changed at all. I don't think so. Master Rune of Grungni 160. I think that's the same, but it might be cheaper. But Ungram Iron Fist, as advertised, down to 1,250 gold. This Deathblow 38's the same. Foe Seeker's the same. Deadly Onslaught's the same. Red Ruins 164. I'm not sure. And Axe of Dargo 244 is definitely the same. As far as Thorgrim Grudgebearer, again, he is now 1,500 gold base, which is 100 gold cheaper than he was. High King 156. That might be cheaper. It might be. It might have been over 200 at some point. This 76 is the same. Oath of Vengeance, 79 is the same. Stand Your Ground is the same. Now, this is 239, the same, I think. As far as the Thane, prices are the same. He does still have the Silverhorn of Vengeance, 12 charge bonus. That wasn't changed, unfortunately. Mind you, he might actually want to bring this from time to time now, because you can bring some value out of that if you have if you pair him up with a hammer or a slayer. But at 95, this Rune of Slowness minus 18% speed is the same, 161, I believe. I think the Ironbeard's ring is cheaper. I don't think it was 80 before. I think it was more expensive, but I'll have to go back and look. I think that is also a stealth buff, along with the other buffs, and his charge bonus. The Lord, the Thane, and there was one other one that I thought was a stealth buff. That looks normal. Rune of Wrath and Rune, normal. 162, normal. And why I've lost it, I don't know. But everything else looks, the Brimstone Gun never used to have the actual bonus versus large. Even though it said it was anti-large, it never had this actual bonus versus large. Now we've added that 15 bonus versus large. I will note, before I get too much into looking at all the units, that really I was looking at the Rangers and the Quarters. I think their actual DPS or total DPS is going to go up a little bit. Even though they shoot slower, they have more armor piercing and more base damage. It looks like it's going to go up just a touch from what I'm seeing in the numbers. The Bugman's Rangers are a lot slower. Now it shows their damage as taking 3 seconds longer. It's actually closer to 4. And they're at 800. I think they're going to be very significantly changed compared to what they were with that additional 50 gold. So I think they're still going to be good. But they're a very significant change, so we'll see exactly how that goes. And of course we do have our +2 melee attack for the miners, +2 melee attack for the miners blasting charges, plus the 25 gold. They're at 425 now instead of 400. The Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, again, are a +2 melee attack. The Quarters with great weapons are a +2 melee attack. They're now at 22. And worth noting, with the change of the way chevrons work, there's some sweet spots that are going to change. So now your Longbeard doesn't get three stat points for the first chevron. They only go up to 31 and 49. They used to go up to 31 and 50. And this is not the same for all units. Like, not all units had that nerf. Like, there were some sweet spots. We'll have to find them all again. Like, the Ironbreakers still go up 3 stats. They'll go from 30 to 68 to 31 and 70. You can see. So they still have that little trick. And worth noting is the chevrons still have that funny, sort of the funny experience thing where if you start with one chevron, you get essentially a free chevron during the battle very fast because of the experience differential on your very expensive units. You know, so it looks like there has been some stealth buffs again to our Lord, our Thane, and our Master Engineer. How can I forget? So this is the buff to the Master Engineer has been, they didn't just reduce his base cost by 100 gold, they reduced it by 150. So he used to be 750 base. Boom, it's now 600 base. So they really reduced the price on the Master Engineer. So we'll get to see. Now, you know, fair enough, the Thane's 500, the Runesmith is 550. The Master Engineer is now 600. This extra powder is 83. Ballistic Calibration is the same at 160. This Entrenchment is the same at 162. Now, I wish they would, instead of 22% physical resistance and plus 40% armor piercing, I wish they would literally give just 62% not physical resistance, ward save. So you can't magic them like that. You'd really be able to protect artillery, but they probably won't. But anyways, the Firing Authority 163, and this Prospector Spyglass is still 163. But, you know, you put that on, you get Prospector Spyglass for the 18% accuracy at the same price you got the base Master Engineer before, or with the Firing Authority, or with the Ballistics Calibration. You know, 760 is the same as the base price before. You know, so essentially you're getting quite a discount. So maybe some builds sort of come into play. We'll see. I mean, it's a free 150 gold compared to what it was before, but you still essentially have to pay 600 gold to get him, plus his ability, so we're going to see. But 3 definitely good stealth buffs that weren't in the patch notes. I just wanted to point those out to anyone who is looking over and maybe hasn't gone onto the game, wondering about the changes to the Dawi and what has happened exactly. And of course, one of my other videos has just finished. So anyways, I'll put this one video out, and you know, with that said, I hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you soon.